Hello there. I don't know if this is going to work, so we shall see. I have got my a different microphone on. Excuse me, Ziggy. There we go. I thought I would do just a few stretches with you because I know that so many of you say to me that you'd like me to do videos to do with yoga, but I'm not a qualified yoga instructor. However, I am an ex-professional dancer, so I know the stretches that we used to do then, and I'm very familiar with yoga now, so I'm quite happy to go through some stretches that I think would be really great for a beginner, like you, Ziggy. My hair is not brushed yet. I've had a bath, haven't brushed my hair at all, and do you know why? Because I left my hairbrush at work. Because I've got a dressing room at work, so I have like duplicates of things. So I've got my hairbrush that I keep at work, and then I've got another one that I keep in my handbag, which is not in my handbag, so I'm guessing it must be at work. Please excuse the sound if it's not all that great, and I'm sorry if this is loud, but I'm just testing to see what happens. He wasn't supposed to really be there, but now he is. We'll just see what we can do. Okay, so first off, I'd like you to just stand with me, stand up, and just start to bring some movement to your body and just make it nice and loose. Just let your shoulders and your legs and everything, so there's no tension. So you're just kind of shaking out all the tension. Shake your feet out. Please don't attack my feet, Ziggy. And then just stand with your feet about hips width apart, and then take a deep, big inhale with me as you bring your arms out to the side and over your head. I'll do it with you. Ready? And then down as you breathe out. And breathe in. And out. And with every exhale, if you're able to just allow your body just to relax that little bit more. So if you're lifting your arms up and you're inhaling, but your shoulders are going up by your ears, just be conscious of dropping them down a little bit. Oh, Ziggy just did a nice stretch. I don't know if you could see that from there. Okay, and we'll do one more. And really stretch up tall. If you can go onto your toes, then that's great, but don't worry if you can't. And breathe out as you bring your arms down. Give yourself another little shake. And now, standing hips width apart, with feet hips width apart, and without locking the knees out, just sort of stand just nice and easy, and just bring your shoulders forward, up to the ears now, back, and then down. So just to show you from this side, they go forward, up, back, and down. And we'll make that nice and smooth together, okay? Here we go. So we're going to go forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Now what we'll do is, as you're going forward, breathe in. So we go breathe in. And then as you go back and down, breathe out. And we're going to move, we're going to make that go in a nice smooth movement. So there'll be very small circles with the shoulders. So here we go. So breathe in, forward, up, back, and down. Exhaling, inhaling forward, up, exhale back and down. Now we'll do it without me talking. Now you carry on, and I'm just going to talk a little bit here about when you're breathing. So as you're breathing in, try to really breathe in as big as you can and exhale as big as you can. So I'll do it now with you. So it's quite steady. So instead of being like that, you want to go and rest. Now we're going to do it in reverse. So we'll go back, up, forward and down. Just practice that movement back, up, forward and down. And now we'll make it nice and smooth as the shoulders roll forward. And as you go up, breathe in, and as you breathe out, in. We'll just do a few more of these, focusing just on this moment. And even though these are very easy, gentle movements that we're doing, just by taking these few moments and just focusing on the movements that your body's making and the breaths that your lungs are taking, that's a way of being very mindful. So last deep breath in and deep breath out. And just relax. You can give yourself another little shake. Okay, so now I'd like to invite you to raise your left hand up in the air and then grab your left hand with your right hand, your left wrist. I think you can't see my wrist there, but I'm stretched up like that. And then gently just bend over to your right side. I realise now that I should have been doing this the other way round to help you out. And if you gently allow your hips to push out to your left side until you feel a stretch and come back and down. And breathe in, grab the wrist, breathe out, stretch. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then give it a little shake. We're going to do the same thing to the other side now. So raise your other arm straight in the air. Use this hand to grab that straight arm at the wrist. And then start to bend to your other side. And just push those hips over to the side that you're not leaning into. And come up and arms down as you exhale. And we'll breathe in. Grab the wrist out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Really feel that stretch. Come up and then come down. And give yourself another little shake. There we go. So that should have warmed up your shoulders and your arms a little bit. And now for the next stretch, I don't want you to feel that you've got to touch your toes here, because not everyone will be able to. As much as you're able to do, it shouldn't hurt. So as much as you're able to do without feeling any major discomfort. A gentle stretch is fine, but you don't want to feel pain. And obviously, disclaimer, as I said before, I'm not a yoga teacher. I'm just taking you through some stretches that I do. And now for the next one, what I'd like you to do is, well, we'll do it in a moment. You take a deep breath in and you'll bring your arms up into the air And then we'll allow the arms to swim down, and then you go towards your toes. But if you can get here, that's great. If you can get here, that's great too. No matter where you can get to, that's what we're going to do. So as we breathe in, we'll reach up, and as we breathe out, we'll sink down. And then we'll very slowly come back up again, and we'll do that for a few times. So here we go. Let's get ready to take a nice deep breath in. Really hope this microphone's working. Okay, here we go. Breathe in. Just saw a bumblebee outside. And breathe out, taking the arms to the side until they come all the way down to wherever is comfortable for you. And breathe in as you reverse the arms back up again. And stretch. And breathe out, going nice and slow. And breathe in. As you come up, and breathe out as you come down. Breathe in and up and down, and breathe out. Breathe in to come up. And this time when we go down, let's just stay there and hang out in that downward stretch for a moment or two. Just allow your head to become loose. Remember, no pain. There's no gain from pain in these gentle stretches. No need. So as you're hanging down, just notice if you can recognize areas that you feel some tension in, and see if you can just send a gentle message to those areas to just relax, knowing you're nice and safe. And then take another deep breath in here, and a full deep breath out. And a big breath in as we come up slowly, actually come up rolling through the vertebrae of your spine, letting your arms just hang down like a little rag doll. We roll up the spine and then roll the shoulders up, back and down. That's a nice stretch, isn't it? That's really nice. Now, let's see, what stretch shall we do next? I think maybe it would be nice to get down onto the floor, but I'm thinking I've got a Ziggy right here. I might just come over and readjust my camera. There we go. That should be good now. Okay, Ziggy, I'm going to come and sit down next to you. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. He loves the yoga mat. A little too much, actually, because it's all plucked to bits by them. So if you come down to a seated position, and then if you put your soles of your feet together if you can, and put your hands around your ankles. If you can't do that, absolutely fine to stay in a cross-legged position and just have your hands over your knees. Whatever's comfortable, remember. So now, in whatever position is most comfortable for you out of those, really focus now on, when you take a deep breath in, on just imagining the breath coming up through the body, straightening the spine out. And you can sort of, what's the word? For balance, you can hold a little onto it. So if you're holding your knees, you can pull a little on your knees to stop yourself rounding, like that, or like that. And so by pulling up a little bit and thinking of the shoulders traveling down and back, then it's like there's a straight line going all the way up and down your spine. So we'll get into that position, won't we, Ziggy? Good boy. So I'll take this position. And now as we breathe in, take a deep breath in, nice and smooth breath as well. So, and then a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in, becoming aware of bringing your spine in line. And then a deep breath out. And this time, as you keep breathing in and all the way out, I want you to start to become aware of your hip flexors. So that's in here. And I want you to be aware of where there may be tension. Just carry on breathing at that pace. And if you feel the tension, just send that thought to your hips. Just think, it's okay for me to relax. So I'm sorry if I'm out of sync with your breath now because I've been talking, but let's now, wherever you are, take a big, deep breath in. Straighten the spine and out. Thinking of those hips, just relaxing a little more. Big deep breath in and out. And just sit in quiet stillness and allow your breath just to come to its natural way of breathing. And just focus on bringing your spine into that straight line, stopping yourself from slouching. We're going to do a slouch in a moment because that feels nice too. Okay, so we'll do a big deep breath in. Get your spine as straight as it has ever been. And then breathe out. Okay, now we'll take a big breath in. And wherever you are, if you're holding on to your knees or your ankles, as you exhale, just allow your back to round. And you can hold on to your ankles or your knees for a little support. And then as you breathe up, breathe in and up. Then breathe out, allowing your back to round. And breathe in. And allow your back to round as you breathe out. Remembering to keep your shoulders down. And breathe in. We'll do one more round of the back as you breathe out. And then wherever you are, come into that cross-legged position. So you may already be there. And as you're in that cross-legged position, now I'd like you to take one of your hands to the opposite knee, and then the hand that is behind you, or the hand that's not on your knee, put that behind you, and just gently twist. If you can only make it to here, that's fine. You don't have to push yourself. But as we breathe in, we make the spine nice and tall. And then as we breathe out, if it's available to us, we gently twist. Another breath in. Nice and tall, shoulders down. And breathe out and twist if it's available to you. And then breathe in. And exhale back to center. Now we'll do the same on the other side. So take your other hand to the opposite knee and place the hand that's not on the knee just on the floor behind you or beside you, whichever is available to you. And remember, the more stretching you do, the more flexible you will become. So let's all take a deep breath in together. In, straighten and shoulders down, and then out and gently twist. If you think about twisting from the rib cage and the chest. So breathe in and straighten, and then breathe out. If you're able to look over your back shoulder, then you can. Breathe in And then come back to center. Lovely. Okay, now I think it would be a good time to, this is going to test the mic, hopefully it'll be all right. Now, time to lay down on your back. And if it's okay for you to do this, you can bring one of your knees, I'm bringing my right knee in, and just allowing that to pull closer to my chest. If you can only get here, no problem. But bring that knee as far as you're able to without it hurting. We don't want you to hurt. A little challenge is okay, but we don't want you in pain. Now in yoga, you would flex your foot. So it feels quite natural for me to do that. It's up to you if you want to do that. And you can just gently ease that leg inward. And flexing the foot engages the muscles here. It keeps that energy in your leg. So just continue. And as you breathe, it doesn't matter what pace you go at. You don't have to breathe the same as me because I'm talking. Just try and make sure it's nice and even. So the same length in and the same length out. So let's take one more deep breath in as we bring that leg in. And breathe out, pulling the leg a little bit more if you can. And then relax that leg down. Then bring your other leg in. And if you want to, you can flex the foot. So by flex, I just mean bring the toes up as though the toes are going to try and touch the knee. So it really engages those muscles. And just spend some time gently easing that leg in. It's really nice because your stomach gets a little bit of a massage. Well, depending on where you can get to. You know, it might just be that around your hip gets the massage. And you'll feel a nice stretch in the hip as well. I just find stretching is really relaxing. And just the more parts of your body that you're able to focus on when you're doing this, like focusing on the breath, it's like constant checking in. So you're checking in on your breath, checking in that the foot is flexed, checking in that you're keeping your shoulders down away from your ears as opposed to scrunched up, being aware of all of your muscles really. The more muscles you can relax, the better. Obviously with the flexed foot. Now we'll take a big deep breath in and we'll pull that knee in as much as it's comfortable to do. And then breathe out, pulling it just a smidge more. And then bring the leg down again. Now, I've got a sofa in my way. I don't have enough room in this room to be doing these videos, really. I suppose I do if I rearrange it, but this was all I had time for. And I really wanted to do this for you because so many people have been asking. So now, I know you probably can't see my legs. My glasses, I don't know where they are. So I can't actually see the screen that well. So if you lie with your arms out like a letter T, so your body looks like a letter T, and then what we'll do is just bring the knees up and into the chest, and then give yourself a nice little hug. If it's comfortable, bring your head up so that you're squeezing into a tight little ball, and then bring your arms back out to that T shape. And if it's comfortable, then you can allow your legs to fall to one side. Don't worry if you can't do that, or if you just want to do it with one leg straight and bring the other leg over. I find it most comfortable to do it with the two legs together. And eventually the aim is to keep the opposite shoulder to the direction of the knees, to keep that as flat to the ground as you can, and then to look over that opposite shoulder, never putting any strain on the neck. If it's uncomfortable on the neck, please just look up at the ceiling. And we'll breathe in. And as we breathe out, think of that oxygen that you've just breathed in going to those areas that are a little tight, so they can just relax a little more. I love that. That's very much a yin yoga thing, is to be in a position for quite some time, but allowing that relaxation. And when it comes, it's just like a lovely sudden release when you suddenly get there. I get that often with the position that I'm going to do at the end for us. Big breath in. And as you exhale, use your stomach muscles to bring your knees up to center. Give yourself another little hug. Into a nice little ball. Bring your shoulders back down. Bring your arms out. And then we'll take the knees to the other side. I've only got just enough room there, and I think I'm flashing my pants at you, so sorry about that. And remember, if you can, look over your opposite shoulder to the direction that your knees are facing in. But don't worry if you can't. You can just look straight up at the ceiling or keep your head facing the same direction until you become more flexible. And your arms are out straight either side. So if there was an aerial view of you right now, your arms would be in one horizontal line from fingertip to fingertip. Take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just be aware of the oxygen that you just breathed in a moment ago. Allow that just to relax all those areas of tension. Oh, that feels so nice. Oh, that is nice. Now breathe in. And as you breathe out, just bring your knees back to center, being aware that you'll engage your stomach muscles a little bit. Bring your arms around your knees for one big squidgy hug. And then allow your body to just relax. In yoga, they would call this position Shavasana, which sounds very nice. It means corpse pose, which doesn't sound very nice. So Shavasana, that sounds so much nicer, doesn't it? Rather than, yeah. Okay, we won't focus on that. But basically it just means that everything is relaxing. Your legs just gently fall apart. Not fall apart, but you know what I mean, from each other. And your arms out to the side. And I just noticed then, I don't know if you can see, I think you can see that, but I noticed, even when you think you're relaxed, sometimes you're holding on to tension. I just noticed that I was still holding on to a little bit. So I've just allowed my legs just to flop open where they are. Just imagine if you were, if you just had some sort of, back in the day, for me, it used to be night nurse. If I took night nurse, then I would just be floppy and I'd go to sleep. Other cold remedies are available, of course. But yeah, if you just imagine that maybe, or maybe for you, it's if you've had a glass of wine and you suddenly feel really relaxed, or at the end of a long day, and you're maybe sat on the sofa watching something nice, and you're just starting to get really sleepy. Just imagine your body in the most relaxed state it can be in. And now we'll just take a few moments of just allowing the breath to come back to its natural flow. And I'll stop talking for a few moments while we lie here. And as you lie there, try not to think about anything else that needs doing. All of that will wait. just try and notice as you're lying here, every little bit of your body, every little muscle that might just be ever so slightly tensed. I just noticed my temples. I noticed my eyebrows were a little bit squeezy, if you know what I mean. So they were just a bit scrunched up. So just relax. And I'll start talking again in a few moments, but just be here with yourself, with your wonderful body that allows you to experience this life. And just relax, knowing that you're safe here in this moment. And I'll start talking in a few moments' time. And as you lie there, hopefully you've still got your eyes closed. I may not have mentioned to you to close your eyes, but hopefully it felt natural to do so. And if you haven't got your eyes closed, maybe just close them for just a few moments now. And just notice, can you feel any tingling in your body? I can feel some in my feet. I can feel a lot of heat in my hands, which is funny because usually I have very cold hands. But the energy is moving around the body. We've really allowed that flow to circulate. We've taken some time for ourselves, which is always a good thing to do. Now, when you're ready, just bring back a little movement to the fingers and the toes. Stretch out your hands, stretch out your feet, and then allow them to relax. And then stretch your arms over your head and point the toes. Stretch, stretch, stretch as though you're trying to touch the nearest solid thing to you above your head, nearest thing to your fingers that's just out of reach. And the same with your toes, as though you're stretching them. For me, it's stretching towards the walls. That's what I'm thinking, stretch. And then bring your arms back down and place them on your abdomen. Just anywhere on your tummy, and just give your tummy a little stroke. And just remember, this is a reminder that you can be kind to yourself. You can give yourself the time that you give to others. You can give yourself a little hug. You can stroke your own body and thank it for carrying you through life. Sometimes more easily, sometimes with difficulty. But just showing that thanks to yourself, and just notice the feeling of your hands in contact with your body. Maybe just placing a firm hand onto your tummy, that solar plexus, And just notice how lovely that feels. And now, if you want to just gently roll over onto your side and push yourself up to seated, just in a slow, gentle way. Give your cat a kiss on the head. I'm joking, you don't have to. You can if you've got a cat nearby. Don't come up, pardon me, don't come up too quickly though. And take a deep breath in with me. And a deep breath out. And just notice how you're feeling. I'm feeling very peaceful, very calm. Oh, Ziggy's feeling peaceful and calm. He just did a little breath too. Don't you zigzags? Good boy. And what I would love to do with you, maybe next time, is something called a body scan, which is where when you're lying down, you just think of every bit of your body and slowly you send the message to all of your body to relax. So the muscles at the sides of the eyes, the jaw, the shoulders, the neck, and so on. And that's a really, really lovely exercise to do. So maybe that will be the next one that I do for you. But I did say I was going to do one final stretch, and this is only if you feel comfortable doing it. This always feels a nice one to end on. Now, if you're able to sit cross-legged and lean forward, then just place your hands on the ground as much as you're able to as you lean forward. Remember, I've been doing yoga every day for some time now, so don't worry if you can't lean this far forward. However far forward you can get, just allow yourself to be there and keep your bum bones, I know they're not called bum bones, but try to keep those on the floor. So when they start to lift up, you've come too far. Just go as far as you can. Relax, take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just allow those hip flexors just to loosen and be gentle. Then breathe in to come up. Slowly and out. And then just to finish off, we'll do it on the other side as well. So uncross your legs and cross your leg over the other way. And obviously you can do adaptations on all of this. So if you're sitting in a chair and you can't get out of the chair, you can just do what you can. So now we'll take a big deep breath in. And then we'll start to lean forward wherever you can get to without your bum bones coming off the floor. And just notice how good that feels to have a stretch. And we've got that resistance at first. But as you take a big deep breath in and you breathe out, you get that lovely release of those muscles and the tension. And breathe in to come up slowly. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down as you breathe out. My hair's all over my face. It's really itchy. I do hope that you've been able to hear me okay. I guess I'll have a listen back to this a little bit later on. But I'm going to have to get dressed and go to work and to my real job. I love my job. I do. It's for those of you who might have just stumbled across this, who aren't familiar with me, I work on QVC. It's a shopping channel here in the UK. Yeah, it's a really lovely, positive place to work. So I'm looking forward to going there tonight and talking fashion. So anyway, enough from me. I wish you could see Bobo. This is Ziggy. Bobo is underneath the tripod. But thank you very much for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate you. And I hope you've enjoyed these gentle stretches and relaxation. And bear with me as I get used to being on YouTube. It's really alien to me. And just remember, when you do get up, just get up nice and gently, and don't get up too quickly. You might get a head rush. And remember to drink plenty of water. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Gosh, it's got bright. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.